I will remember the 2010's decade forever. I will remember that I have lived in Little Valley, New York for 10 years. I will remember that I got a PlayStation Portable in 2010. I will remember the decade that I said the F word, the N word, and the R word. But I don't want to say that because I'm afraid it'll be inappropriate for you. But anyways, I'll remember this decade that I have signed up to YouTube. I'll remember the decade that I have watched Go Animate videos for the very first time. I'll remember the decade that I have bought and used Netflix. I'll remember the decade that Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, The Avengers, Tangled, Toy Stories 3 and 4, Cars 2 and 3, The Incredibles 2, Rise of the Guardians, and other 2010's movies have came to the theaters. I will remember this decade that I have saw my very first Go Animate video, THX Go Animate video. I will remember the 2010's decade that a lot of Go Animators and YouTubers signed out or got terminated, like African Vulture, Trent Morrison, and many more users as well. I will remember the 2010's decade that The Loud House arrived to Nickelodeon. I'll remember that Victorious and iCarly got cancelled. Yes, and I will remember the decade that Katy Perry released Roar, Firework, Dark Horse, and many more. One Direction released That's What I'm Looking For. Trolls DreamWorks released The Boss Baby Trolls and Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Aquaman came out. So did Wonder Woman and Man of Steel. Oh, and Superman vs. Batman Dawn of Justice came out. I am going to remember this decade that I have watched Home Alone, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Claus the Christmas Chronicles, and Star Wars for the very first time. Oh, and the Harry Potter movies and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Okay? Remember, you guys, I shall miss the 2010's decade. I will remember it forever. I'll never forget this decade forever. The 2020s will happen. I will graduate in 2022. I might move out of Little Valley in 2020s. Donald Trump might stop being president and somebody might take over for Trump, you know? I'll remember the decade that I have lost my chance to go to the Cattaraugus County Fair in 2012. Yes, I'll remember the bad and good things. Oh, my dad bought a sailboat, and we sailed in Lake Erie and Chautauqua Lake in 2013 and 2014. I have received my very first personal cell phone in 2017. I'll remember that I got a Kindle Fire in 2014. I'll remember that Pixar released new movies like Finding Dory, Inside Out, Incredibles 2, Cars 3 and 4, Coco, and Brave, and Monsters University. Yes, I'll remember the decade that LucasArts closed. LucasArts, the Lucasfilm Games Company, closed forever from Disney. I'll remember that Disney bought Lucasfilm from George Lucas. I'll remember Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker forever. Yes, I'm going to remember this decade forever. And I got virtual reality goggles for the very first time. I saw Ready Player One and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows in 2016. I'll remember the decade that Teenage Mutant Ninja, the chase scene on the highway for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Out of the Shadows was filmed in the city where the original Buffalo Wing was created. Buffalo, New York. Well, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more details.